Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, and it had to happen for Monday night motivation. And tonight we're talking about living within your means and not comparing to others. Versus to compare to others. But listen, the NFL moms is on the move. Mothers of motivated sons. We are on the move every Monday, guys, at 6 p.m. We come before you with different topics, just sharing our experiences and our journeys. And just want to be very, very transparent with you all. So tonight we're going to dive in living within your means versus comparing to others. And I'm going to bring my sissy on with us, which is Denzel Perryman's mom, Miss Sandra Perryman. Welcome.
Hello.
Oh my God, sissy, we are here again. It seemed like the weeks, the days just rolled by so fast. It seemed like we was just here last week, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. And we know that you guys are dealing with the outskirts of the hurricane. So we're just praying that thing's gonna take a turn and it will not touch there. You just really brought it back when you said it to me about your computer. I had to call Alan and say, dude, like, do y'all have what y'all need?
Yeah.
Whoa. So please do be safe down there. We're praying for anyone that's in, that it may affect, we're definitely praying for you. So we're going to let Miss Sandra Perryman greet you all on today. And I'm going to leave the screen really quick.
Good evening, everyone. Glad you all are joining us. Again, my name is Sandra Perryman. I'm the mother of pro backer linebacker Denzel Perryman.
Ooh, listen, sissy, again, this topic that we're talking about, Alan gave us this topic, right? So as I began, like last week, we asked our kids and you asked your husband what they think that we should talk about, right? So last week it was my nephew, Lil Des, gave the topic, and this week is Alan. So when he gave me this topic, sissy, I was like, oh my God, do he think I'm living outside of my means?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be very, very, very transparent on this show today. Just as real as I can get, because that's all I know how to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I begin to say, sissy, do you think he talking about me? It happens, and sometimes it stick you. Well, when you hear something and it's the truth hurts, right?
Right.
So we're gonna play this video, and I found this video to be, let me tell you, it says living within your means. So sis, let's go ahead and play this video and see what these people are talking about really quick.
Okay.
It's an all too common story. People who love to shop, but aren't so good when it comes to saving. The Federal Reserve says Americans owe nearly $850 billion in revolving credit. And at their last study, 55.1% of credit card holders had a balance.
It's easy to bite off more than you can chew. And at one time or another, most of us have done it. But there are some simple rules you can use to help you live within your means.
Number one, know what your means means. Listing income and expenses is essential. Number two, go ahead and make a spending plan. That allows you to save for saving and for spending. Next, you got to separate your needs from your wants. A giant HD TV may be nice, but is it really a need?
Another way to live within your means, don't try keeping up with the Joneses. Your friends go out to eat, they drive a big car, they go on vacation. I get it, you want to do that too. But this is not the way that you're going to get ahead.
Next tip, save up and pay cash for things. Disciplined saving will often prevent frivolous spending. Then build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months living expenses. Even if you retire, you won't need to use credit when you're prepared. And finally, if all these efforts don't work, boost your income with a new job or sell your excess stuff.
Bottom line, you can live a rich life without having to be rich. Because you can find just as many ways to save money as you can to spend it. So keep that plastic in your pocket and live within your means.
Want more tips to do it?
I can certainly help. Just go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for living.
Sissy.
Good points.
Not only good points, that cut me deep.
Mm-hmm.
That cut me deep. What do you think about what he was saying?
I agree with everything he was saying, but depending on the individual, you have to have discipline.
Correct.
You need a lot of discipline, and that's exactly, what he said. I could totally agree when he say it's a difference between what you need and what you want. So I think that's a lot of our problem. Well, I don't know about, but for me,
right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I was saying, like, we're going to be transparent, and this is what we're telling you, that this works for us, and we're speaking about us, we just, sharing our journeys here with you all and being very transparent about it, because he did say that, Sissy. And then he said something else after that. He said about the TV, you may not even need the TV, but you just want it. Guilty.
I think we all are guilty on that.
But you know what, though? I think this is a really good eye opener for me. I literally have a TV that's still sitting in the box, and I bought it because it was at a good price. Not that I needed it, but it was at a good price,
Yeah.
And he hit me 2 times. He said about the TV, and then he said about the credit cards. And Sissy, you and I, we spoke about this before, having all of these credit cards. And you think that, okay, well, our financial advisor told us to just have one major credit card, right?
Yeah.
And on there, he spoke about those credit cards. And that made me like feel so bad, because I told you, have 24 credit cards, and most of them are major credit cards, right? And not that I need all of those credit cards, because I learned early on what credit cards can do when I didn't know, the value of credit per se.
Right.
When I had credit cards, I actually lived off the credit cards, and that's how my kids and I didn't. We struggled, but some of the credit cards saved us,
Right.
but also tore my credit up, So now we have these credit cards, and you're thinking like, okay, I could just go ahead and swipe, swipe. And then you get to swiping and swiping and swiping and not realizing how much you're accumulating, right? So
Yeah.
I did say I have 24, which makes no sense. But I know now to just put, I don't know, yeah. If Alan's on here, he's gonna get me. So, but I know that now. Oh, he's on here. Oh my gosh, he's gonna get me. Okay. Hi, son. Love you too. But yeah, so these credit cards, I know now to just put them to the side and not use them like I used them before. However, now I know and I understand the importance of credit.
Yeah.
So how many credit cards do you have, sis?
I have maybe 5. I had in the past 14, but again, misusing them set me back. So I'm in the process of now trying to rebuild and repair my credit. So it's very important. I hear my dad's voice now constantly.
Sorry.
You're fine. You don't need credit cards. If you need to purchase something and you have to put it on a credit card, that means you don't need it. If you can't go and purchase it with cash, then that's a sign saying that you don't need it.
Good point.
Yeah, because he never had a credit card. And funny story, growing up, I think I was back in high school and I wanted something and I didn't have the cash. So I was like, Dad, can I use your credit card? My daddy gave me his credit card and said, don't spend no more than $50 on my card. I was like, well, what am I gonna do with that? And then he was like, if you can't purchase it with cash, you don't need it. I don't want a high interest rate on my card, and I don't want to be paying on something every month. So I should have taken that lesson into adulthood. But, going through the process of transitioning from, teenager to adult, you go through those phases. So it has been a learning experience for me, and it's getting better.
That's actually a good point to you said that if you don't, I don't know what's going on in my eye today, but it said that if you don't have the money to pay for it, don't buy it, or you don't need it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it goes to living within your means and then comparing to others. And again,
Mm-hmm.
like I said to you all, I said I'm going to be very, very transparent about, my journey. And one of the things is I did used to compare myself to others. And
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about NFL moms, right? And I always had this um, vision on how NFL moms supposed to look or NFL
Mm-hmm.
families supposed to look, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I can say, Sissy, that I respect Alan so much for, even though as much as he loved his mother and as much as he probably wanted to give me the world, there were boundaries that he set.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He
Mm-hmm.
knew that, yes, I wanted to purchase my mom a home. Yes, I wanted to purchase her a car or whatever. I tell you what, he could have said, Mom, go out and get any house you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he gave me a limit on this is how much you're gonna go look, this is what you have to go look for a house. This is what you have to look for a car. But the thing is, I respect him so much for that. Not that I would have went out there and tried to get something like so big and extravagant, but I just respect him so much for that because guess what? I don't sacrifice my body. I don't
Mm-hmm.
get out there and play it down. I don't make the money. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was his money that God, blessed him with. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever he wanted to do for me, Sissy, I don't care if it was whatever he wanted to do. I don't care if it was minute or huge. It still meant the world to me. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't have to do it. I always
Right.
told the boys, "This is what I want from you: your high school diploma and your degree." So if he
Mm-hmm.
decided that he didn't want to do anything for me, I couldn't do anything but respect it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say about that? Because I know a lot of times I hear so many people saying, "Oh, when my child make it or my grandson make it, I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that." Who? What you have to say about that, Sissy? Because
I agree. I think that boundaries need to be set. Um, we shouldn't try to live or expect big things from our kids or from our grandkids when they make it to that level because, like you said, we're not out there sacrificing our bodies, and that's their job. And I'm quite sure all of us have a job. So I wouldn't expect Denzel to do no more for me than what he has already done and what he does for me. I'm very grateful for everything that he does for me. But I don't and I think I can speak for you. We're not the type of parents that go and depend on our kids to do things for us. If it's something that we want, we'll sacrifice and try to make it happen for ourselves. And our kids have families too, so they have to provide and save so that if anything happens, they can still
yeah,
go on with life providing for them and their family. Because
absolutely.
we all know NFL is not for long, so you can't just sit there when you get these contracts and say, okay, I got this amount of money, and then just blow everything because you never know what can happen. And
Right.
we both deal with injuries with our kids. It just seems like it's something every year. So you have to take that into consideration and just be mindful.
Right.
Just be mindful.
That's true. So you spoke about the, after football, right? And knowing that our kids, when they become parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have their families now. So they have to take, set their kids and, their loved one up for the next 40, 50 years, especially they kids. And
Mm-hmm.
not only that, here it is, you're talking about even when they're playing, Sissy, you get 17 paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. 17 paychecks out of a whole year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you have to learn how to budget and know how to uh be able to, be very, very how do they call it? Oh my God, what word I'm trying to use for it? Conservative with your money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if you go and you get this extravagant lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? What happens? Like you said, we spoke about the injuries with our sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And listen, what happens if the team just say, okay, well, I don't want to deal with you anymore and just release you because of
Mm-hmm.
injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember, even when Alan had Chase, right? First having
Mm-hmm.
Chase, and I told him, I say, son, you know what? I said, you can lessen, what you give me, so you could be able to. He was like, Mom, don't you worry about that. This is something that I want to do. So this is what I'm gonna do, and I got this over here,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted him to know, like, I'm not just trying to, like they say, slurp everything out of him.
Right.
He said it.
Exactly.
If we can make
Mm-hmm.
it happen, we're definitely going to make it happen. But
Mm-hmm.
I have to be honest. I did have this thing like, okay, well, this is what NFL mom or NFL family supposed to look like. What I told you, Sissy, didn't I say about the Louis Vuitton never fold bag? I said you can
Mm-hmm.
tell somebody in the league by that same bag. And
Mm-hmm.
guess
Mm-hmm.
what? That was one of the things that I thought I had to have. And Alan
Mm-hmm.
said to me when we were in the store, he said, "You're not going to even want this bag after you get it." That's what he said to me. He said that. And I
Mm-hmm.
say for him, Alan don't. I think I just started seeing Gucci on him, but as far as the name brand stuff, no. Give him the shoes, the sneakers. He is a sneakerhead.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna put on his sneakers, and that's just it. But he's very, very conservative with his money, which I learned a lot from him. So, what would you
Mm-hmm.
say?
I think that's good. Denzel is a downplay person too. He sweatpants, t-shirt, a hat here and there. Um, I don't see him too much in labels. And if it is a label, I wouldn't know it's a label because it doesn't have that print on it. But I would agree. I would agree. You have to be conservative and not just spend just because of who our kids are and what they have. I think we like you say, we just need to be more conservative and let them do if they want to do or when they want to do and don't expect much. And with the I guess the comparing and I guess living within your means or wanting something that somebody else has, I was always taught that it's okay to dream and to want those things, but you don't know how that person is getting what they're getting. So I try to keep that instilled in my head. And I think we all
Mhm.
are guilty of saying, "Oh, I wish I had this." Well, look at this person. Well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? I think we all are guilty of that. So
Yeah.
we just have to keep in mind that you don't know what that person is doing to get what they got.
Amen. You know what? And that's something that is so, so true. It's a difference when you dream and you vision it for yourself, but not saying that uh I wish I had this because that person have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you said the
Mm-hmm.
key word. We never know how they got it. And listen, how could we preach something and then when it pertains to us, we see it
Mm-hmm.
feel like that, it don't that's not for us. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
what we're saying is, you know, um, people don't even know what we had to go through to get where we are and to get
Mm-hmm.
what we have. But then
Mm-hmm.
here it is how we have the audacity to say, well, I wish I had that, or
Mm-hmm.
that should have been me. If God wanted that to be us, that would
Mm-hmm.
have been us. And I'm glad that you brought that up because this next video, Sissy, oh my gosh. Listen, I was like, ouch. And this here, it it talks about the dangers of trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
used to remember I used to have this saying that, and it's a saying out there that goes the same. It's basically saying that you're out here getting all of these things to try to impress people who probably not even paying you any attention anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So you're out here putting yourself in debt to try to prove a point to somebody who don't even see you like that,
Mm-hmm.
or probably even paying you any attention.
Mm-hmm.
So let's watch this next video, and whew, I tell you.
A post trending on social media is getting quite the reaction today. It's a meme shared by the Afrocentric Films Collaborative. It says, "Don't keep up with the Joneses. I saw them at Walmart and their card got declined."
While the funny post generated a lot of shares and comments, it also got us thinking about how influences can cause us to sometimes try to keep up with appearances, even if it's to our detriment. So here to set some light on this conversation is psychology expert Blanca Cobb. Blanca, why do people feel the need to keep up with everyone else?
In the traditional sense, money means success. So the more that you have, the more you perceive that people are going to look up to you. Like it's a symbol that you're doing well. But all these social media posts, makes it appear like you're on top of the world. But here's the deal, though. That's a short-lasting boost to your self-esteem.
What would you say is a drawback to keeping up with the Joneses?
That bar never stops going up. Why? Because somebody else is going to do more, make more, achieve more, and have more. And then you keep putting all this pressure on yourself. And it's like this rat race that you just can't get off that hamster wheel, as the saying goes, right? Because you keep trying to keep up. You still have this pretense of how you're doing. Instead, you have to own your own definition of success. What is it that's going to make you happy? And keep this in mind too. There's some people who really don't care how much money you have or what your status is. They want to know you as a person. That's more defining than money.
That's a really good point. So what should you do instead?
Focus on relationship success. Think about the people who are in your life, people who care about you, and the people you care about. Why? Because what's that saying? Here today, gone tomorrow. That's what can happen with anything that you own, the job that you have. But you can have staying power in relationships. People who love you, care about you, and support you no matter what life throws at you. That, in my opinion, is a much better way to gauge your success.
And it's a lot cheaper too.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Like, times are tough right now. I don't have the money to keep up with everybody else.
Absolutely, but that's where people get into credit cards, right? Like this little stack of cash I was holding earlier, there's a big bill, but I'm not showing you all the little tiny bills in front of it. And that's what happens. People will show the biggest, the best that they have, but they're really hiding what they don't want people to see. It doesn't make you feel good or look good.
Always some good advice. Is there a topic that you don't cover, Blanca?
No.
Perfect. All right. Well, until next time, thank you again for your great advice. I appreciate it. You can continue the conversation with Blanca on her Facebook page. Just search Blanca Cobb, Body Language Expert.
Very interesting. Interesting.
Very, very, very interesting. And what she said is that post that was going around, I saw them at Walmart and their credit card declined. And I remember seeing a TikTok one particular time, and this older Black guy, he went into a Rolls Royce dealership, right? And he wasn't dressed in a suit, and he really did never judge a book by its cover, but he didn't look like he had much, right? So he'd go into the dealership, and this young man, he was a white young man, and the young man basically was like trying to shun him off because he thought that he didn't have the money to pay for the car, right? So here it is. This other guy comes in a suit, well dressed and everything. Looked the part, okay? He looked the part. And then there was another young lady that was there. She was a Black young lady, and she actually took her time to tell this guy all about the car, answered any questions that he had, for her. And while this one over here, the young man, he took the man in the suit into the office, and he started, he didn't even listen. He didn't even tell the man anything about the car. The man said to him, this what stood out to me. The man said to him, I gotta have this car because how people see me, basically. He went to run the man credit, couldn't get the car. So the young man who credit he was running, he just was sitting there. But the young man who was running the credit, he was like, no, this can't be right. This cannot be right. And he ran it again. He could not get that car. So then by that time, he went back out into the studio where the young lady and the man was, and she was telling him everything. And he was getting ready. She gave him the key to actually test drive the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, why would you do that? He can't afford this car. He's saying this in front of the customer now. He can't afford this car. He can't this, he can't that, right? So here it is, make the long story short.
Wow.
The man was the owner. He was part owner of the dealership. And so not only did the young man lose his job,
I'm
but the
quite
young
sure.
lady, she was elevated in her position. But you see, just by that, he judging the book by its cover. And
You
he said,
never know.
I gotta have this because of how people see me. I gotta have this. How many of us feel that way? What do you say about that, Sissy?
I'm sure people are saying that, but for me, I don't. I try to live within my means, and I don't care what people say about me. It took me some time to get to where I'm at now with that, with that saying. Um, because I was one, and I will admit, um, I always worried about how people saw me or perceived me. And as I got older, I was like, it doesn't even matter. I really don't care what this person thinks or how they feel about me, because at the end of the day, they are not taking care of me. They don't pay my bills. I don't live with them. So I've just learned to stay focused and know that what God has for me is for me. And we always say, Cece, because we're always talking in conversation, it's just not our time. It's not our season.
Say that. Definitely we do. And you have to get to a point. I can't say that we always been there to say, uh,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you do have those moments where, not that I don't think that I do things to try to impress people, because what you see with me is what you get. And I know that's
Mm-hmm.
not what you as well. Um, but the thing is, I just really think that I want what I want,
Exactly.
you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. And it could come from, and I'm gonna throw my mom under the bus. It started with her, to be honest with you. It literally started with my mother. And I can say my mom was a single mom. My father went home to be with the Lord when I was 5 years old. However, she held down the fort, and she gave us pretty much everything. And um, I didn't know what a hard time was until I had my kids, until I became a mother. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I found out what hard times were. But the thing is, when you hit a rough spot like that, where you lose so much, and then not just lose, but sleep in your car. Like that to me is the lowest of the lowest in front of a storage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
However, God was showing me through that like after that had happened, that it happened, Sissy. We met
Mm-hmm.
someone else that lost everything and didn't have anywhere to sleep. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
see, I could have focused on, oh my God, I had to sleep in my car. But this person lost everything and still wore a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we can be so focused on the bad and not find the good out of something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is, you have, like she said, people show their best on
Mm-hmm.
social media, right?
Yeah.
They basically show you what they want you to know, right? And they tell you
Mm-hmm.
what they want
Mm-hmm.
you to know. However, you don't know what somebody is faced with behind closed doors.
Exactly.
So you have to be so careful how you envying people are wanting what they have,
Mm-hmm.
because you want the trials or the its that they had to go through to get what they
Exactly.
have, or
Mm-hmm.
even handle what they have. Because let me tell you something, my sister, my brother, this thing comes with a dear price. You
Mm-hmm.
lose not just some things, but you lose some people because they're not
Mm-hmm.
understanding that, hey, all the money is not my money. Can you say that, Sissy? Do you ever experience that?
I say it all the time, and I think what people need to realize and understand is that I'm just gonna go ahead and be transparent that our kids are our kids, and to please stop holding us as parents to a higher standard or expect us to to be this way or to act this way. Because I think once our kids get to that next level, they see us as being different and not really seeing us as who we really are. So I can't hide behind a mask. I can't pretend to be something that I'm not, a person that society wants me to be because of who my son is and the position that he's in. I just continue to be me, but I've learned in that process that even if you did, or even if I did transition or become the person that they want me to be, they're still going to have something to say. So they're going to have something to say if I'm being me, and they're going to have something to say if they think I should be this person.
Correct.
So just love us for who we are, not for who our sons are.
Absolutely.
And
And I'm
I
glad
think
that you said that. Oh,
I deal with that a lot. I
mhm.
deal with that a lot, and I pray, you know, daily that God would just remove that and to make me a better person internally so that I don't, say something not to hurt somebody's feeling, but when a person keeps saying something and they really don't know, it bothers you. It
Yeah.
upsets you. I'm human and I'm going to react. And I don't want to react in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing would be to just let us be who we are and love us for who we are. Get to know who we are and not the person you want us to be, because that's not us.
That's it. And then the thing is, Sissy, when they put us on those pedestals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, you just said when they don't get what they want or what they think that they should, or even a reaction from you, or how they think you should act or do, that hurts. We're human.
Mm-hmm.
We're human. And I'm glad that you said that about don't love us for who our sons are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? I can tell you, I felt that. I felt that, Sissy. When Alan took off, I'm gonna tell you, when he took off his first year for COVID, when Chase was getting ready to be born,
Mm-hmm.
dry. When I say so dry, you barely heard
Mm-hmm.
from people who say they so-called love you.
Mm-hmm.
know, the attitudes change towards you and everything,
Mm-hmm.
But again, with me, and I know with you, what you see with us is what you get. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
no fake, I'm not no fraud, I'm not here, I don't have no hidden agendas. Whatever I want, I'm gonna tell you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
just ask that that's what folks would do with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we can, we'll say we can, and if we can't,
Mm-hmm.
we're definitely gonna say that we can't. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and bro made a valid point. He said, let me go back to his comment. Bro said that we've always made a way before they made a career in the NFL. Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely. Because
Mm-hmm.
one thing about it, and two things for sure. Listen, we've always been some go-getters.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Always. And it's a bonus, that our sons was blessed with these careers. But
Mm-hmm.
again, that is their money.
Exactly. And that's their career.
Exactly. And I said that to say this, Sissy, because I remember staying in Jacksonville, right? And you guys see the same poster of Alan over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I normally put it up when people come do work, but the guy came so quick and he came in the house to do some work, right? And he goes, I thought I knew you. And I was like, you don't know me. You do not know me. He was like, yeah, I know you. I know you. Basically, I say, no, you don't know me. And he was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. He said, I mean, you that lady on the news. And that's Alan Hearns, right? The next thing, to make a long story short, the next thing came out that man's mouth. How is it that an NFL mom stand in a house like this?
Wow. Wow.
I said, excuse me? He say, how is an NFL mom stand in a house like this? And it was a older black guy. So I said to him, I said, sir, what do you mean? Stand in a house like this? Oh, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, I don't mean no disrespect. I said, let me tell you something. I'm single. I stay in a 4-bedroom house that my son bought me. And how about is I don't have a mortgage. So tell me, how is it that an NFL mom could stay in a house like this? And he looked at me. He was like, I'm so sorry. No, don't be sorry. You should be careful what you allow out your mouth. Because again, that's just the persona that people think about NFL families or anybody, celebrity families. You got this huge, to me, that was huge and extravagant for me. You understand? I lived in apartments. I was evicted. The majority of raising my children. I was served many evictions. So to me, that was extravagant. And not only that the home was extravagant, the thought that my son thought enough to purchase his house. You
And see
understand?
that's the thing. That's what I don't understand about people. Why is it that they feel that what we have is not good enough? I mean, it's good enough for us. It's comfortable for us. We like what we have. And then it's like, am I getting this or am I doing this to prove a point to other people? Because at the end of the day, it's just other people with their opinion, valuing their opinion, which I don't value nobody's opinion depending on the topic or the situation. But it's just crazy. It's disheartening for me for people to say something like that. And prime example, I'm just going to put it out there. When I got my car, I had a couple of people say to me, "Oh, it's about time." It's about time what? Oh, no, I'm just saying it's about time that, Denzel did this. It shouldn't matter what Denzel do because you don't know what he's doing behind the scene. Because I'm not the type of person that broadcasts things that any of my kids do for me. So to say that to me, it really bothered me. And to be honest, it took me to a whole different level, but I had to bring it back. I had to bring it back.
That's it right there, Sissy. Again, on the outside looking in. And a lot of times people don't understand. I want to do, you know how they say taste the words before they come out your mouth?
Yeah.
Taste words before they come out your mouth. Because think about it. Again, and I'm telling you, I got a little heated with. That's why I had to get off the screen because I teared up because it's so sad. Ooh, I can't believe I'm crying. But it's so sad that titles and money could break up so much. You know what I'm saying? It could break up so much. But little do they know, it's a lot of pros come with this thing, but it's a whole lot of cons come with it too. You know what I'm saying? And people do not understand that some of the things that they do and say is very, very hurtful. You get blamed for so much. And see, Sissy, I'm the type of person that, I'll eat it and I'll cover up for somebody. I just go ahead and I'll eat it. I'll let the words be said to me and I'll go ahead and eat it and I'll just cover it up. But then I'm left with that thing jugging at me. So you have to learn how to release yourself or just block that out. You understand? Stop it before it starts. Just yesterday, I had to apologize. Remember, I apologized to you. I said I did to you what we were
Mm-hmm.
just talking about on the show last week. And
Mm-hmm.
some do it subconsciously, and it's why are you doing it? Motive. It's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't doing it because I was trying to be nosy. I do it because I care about my.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It's
Yes.
a difference when
It's a
you're trying to
difference.
be nosy and a difference when you care.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Exactly.
And people need to get that. How dare somebody say about time? About time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About time what?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you thought that it should be this way, and God thought that it should be this way. So who thought it's better?
Mm-hmm.
And ooh, bro. All right. Oh, let me put this up here on the screen right here.
Oh God.
I can't, sister, you read that one because I can't say that one.
I don't give a blank what people think about me. If my 2005 Durango wouldn't have been hit, I'll probably still be driving it. People don't pay my bills nor take care of my family. That's my husband, you all. He has had that attitude since forever. And sometimes I wish I had that attitude that he have, because when he say he don't care, he does not care. He'll pray about a situation and be done with it. But he don't care, and he's been like that since forever. Even with situations on his job, I used to go to his job. I'd be like, "Do y'all actually let him talk to y'all like that?" And he was like, "Yeah, you just have to let people know how you feel and just keep it moving." At the end of the day, it's their job, it's a business. You have to do what you have to do, and if people know how you feel, then they will know how to approach you with situations.
That's it. We teach people how to treat us.
Yeah. So that's why I say I'm in the process of learning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the process of learning how to get to that point. Because I was like you, I will hold stuff in and I wouldn't say anything. I'll shut down and then I just let it eat at me. Then I'll be stressing and everything. So I've learned it now that you just have to let people know how you feel and what they say. If it hurt you, you said this and it hurt me. Just have that conversation, because we're all adults. We're all adults, and we should be able to tell somebody how they made us feel, and without them getting an attitude or getting mad at you. Because if they love you like they say they love you, then they'll understand.
I understand. Yeah. And the thing is too, like you say, if they love you, they'll understand. But what about where you're made to feel guilty to do something? And you try to please people because you feel like you don't want to lose them, and not really setting the healthy boundaries. Because I can admit, my therapist told me one time, she said, "Erica, you don't have any boundaries." And I couldn't do nothing but agree with her, because it was the truth. I didn't. I thought I didn't want to see anybody hurting. Sissy, I thought, I didn't want anybody to be in a position that I was, if I could do something, I would try and do it. But what I found to be is sometimes people will take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll, like Oprah said, I'll slurp it on out.
Mm-hmm.
The last paper in the eyes of some people.
I agree. I think we all are guilty about that. But like your therapist say, we have to set boundaries. Even when it comes to the people that you love, you have to set boundaries, because again, they will take advantage of you. And I think if you set those boundaries, it'll make that person respect you.
That's right.
At the end, they'll respect you, and it'll make them more, I guess, more independent on what it is that they need. Because if they know that they can keep coming to you and you're going to always be yes, 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 they can feel they could do whatever they want, because I can go to Erica, I can go to Sandra, and I know they're going to have my back.
Right. That's good.
But what happens when we need somebody's back and they're not there? So I think setting boundaries is very important, because at the end of the day, like we said previously, it shouldn't matter what anybody said, what anybody thinks about you. Our Father in heaven knows and got us, and he got our back. So we have to keep the faith in and go off of that, and just learn how to say no. And I think that's our biggest problem. We don't know how to say no. So,
speak. I tell you, that is so true.
Yeah.
That is, yes, we do not know how to say no. That is like something that I don't know, Sissy, that I want, sometimes I pray to God and I say, God, would you give me the gift of saying no?
I'm learning.
Yeah, I am too. But are you learning with the right ones?
I don't know. I'm just learning to say no. I'm just learning to say no, because in the process, and it's not like you're being mean or anything, but it's, you have so much going on in your life that you don't have time for you just keep saying yes, yes, yes. So you're saying no so that you can be at peace and have rest for you at some point, because you're running, you're doing this, you're doing that. When are you going to have your time, your me time?
Absolutely. And that's it right there. So guys, I'm glad my sissy just said that this is not just about money. This is about time, because my time is very valuable. And I know yours is too. And it's something that we never ever could get back. It's no price that you could put on time, because you could, like the lady say, you can have it today and you could be here today and gone tomorrow or in the next hour. You just never know. But bro say I could teach y'all. I know you can, bro. Maybe you should give us a class on that.
No, I just say no, because he say no quick. Nope.
Alan too. Alan too.
Just say no.
And what is the most hurtful part for me is, and we're gonna go a little deep here. When you have family going to your child for money, right? And then when you go to the child, when you go to them for the money, you go and throw things up like, oh, I used to have you all the time. I used to do this and I used to do that and I used to do. Listen, if you did it, you should have did it from the heart without looking for anything in return. And just because they're in position does not mean they owe you anything. Heck, I birthed them. I'm talking about, he put a whooping on me. Anything. Whatever he want to do, he do. We should not be made to feel guilty if one don't want to do. And I think that's my biggest problem, is I don't want to be, like you said, you don't want to hurt anybody, And but Alan, boy, I tell you, he ain't got no problem. He like, bro, no.
Exactly.
But the thing, thank you, Holy Ghost. Some even know not to even go to him for anything. Because he have what? Boundaries.
Yep.
He have healthy boundaries. Some, if like you said, if they love you, they'll respect those boundaries. It may not feel good at the time, but as they sit down and they think about it, they'll get to understanding, like, you know what? I have to, he taught me how to treat him. Because if I allow anything, then I will do anything. Or without anything, that's what's gonna happen. So again, guys, tonight our topic is living within your means versus comparing to others. And we saw a clip earlier on a young lady. She was speaking about how on social media you see people. Sissy, did you see how she flashed the money at first? Be like, oh man, she got, as the kids say, out of that bank or whatever they call it. But then when she flipped the money around, what did you see?
Yeah.
Listen, but again, it is not just all about the money. It's
It's not.
time as well. So you have, and I remember, when we first started 88 Blessings, which Alan name is nowhere on there, sissy. This is Erica's. I'm the visionary
Mhm.
business. 88 Blessings is his business. I'm the visionary. But Alan was our brand ambassador. And I want to apologize to him right now because I literally signed him up for things that I didn't even ask him first
Mhm.
to. And that goes back to that part of just trying to help others and not let them down. I just was
Mhm.
so excited that we was given the platform, and to go out. But again, people use that thing to the max. Let me tell you. Knowing that I think that basically you should treat people how you want to be treated.
Mhm.
He's a business. Bottom
Mhm.
line, he's a brand.
Right.
Denzel is a brand. He's a
Mhm.
business, bottom line. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to get him to come out, solicit him to come out to your business, there should be some compensation.
Mhm. Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when you do it, and you may do it the first time and say, okay, well, I'm just gonna go. Second time it
Right.
come around, oh, I'll think about going, but I'm gonna go. I end up going.
Mhm.
Then that people just keep calling and calling and calling, and it's never rewarding.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So again, our babies, they're brands, they're a business. You
That's like a take advantage situation, a
That's it.
use me situation. Yeah.
So I have to apologize to you, Alan, for signing you up for so much. Without even asking you, and again, and then that was him not what he knew how much my heart was into it, even though he probably didn't want to do it because he didn't want to hurt my feelings. And son, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Again, you just don't know. You just really, really don't know.
Yeah.
So, like I said to you, saying just yesterday when I thought you was like, girl, for what?
Mhm.
Notice what I had did, but you have some that would never apologize,
Mhm.
even knowing what they did.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I mean, it's just this was a great, great topic, Alan. It was a little deep.
It was.
We got transparent. Oh, my baby says no need to apologize at all. I gave from the heart, and I know it meant so much to you.
That's right.
It did, son. It really, really did. Whew. Now, what I want to talk about, Sissy, because Alan always says this to me, and I'm gonna be really honest with you guys right now. I was saying that I wanted me a new truck,
Mhm.
right? Girl, I had done went and picked out the color, sent him and Inky the picture, and this was gonna be my birthday gift, my 50th birthday gift, right?
Mhm.
My son says, Mom, basically it's okay to dream, and one day you will get that car. He said, I don't even have the car of my dreams. Woo! I'm about to jump out this chair. He said, I don't even have the car of my dreams, but I know one day that I will get it, basically.
Mhm.
And this is someone that can go get
Mhm.
the car of his dreams, but he respects the power of money.
Mhm.
Very, very conservative. And that's one of the things I said, okay, son. I said, I get it. He said, but this is the best part here. We have to learn how to appreciate the ones that's around us that don't care if we got hand me downs or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have to impress them.
Mm-mm.
Love us for who we are. Even if
Mm.
our drawers stink,
Mhm.
they love us.
Yeah.
So that's what should be a focus. And the young lady said it at the end of her clip. So again, sissy, I could dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dream about that truck, right? So I said, wait, hold on, son. I said, you want to talk about the dream car, baby? I used to always remember when I was in college, sissy, the kids used to call me Tasha back. So listen, they would call me Tasha back. I said, okay. So what I did, I pulled up this two-door Bentley and I sent it to Alan and Inky. And we just got to just having fun with it. Inky was like, oh no, that's mine. That's mine. I said, oh no, that's mine. But at the end of the day, tell your daddy what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him what you want.
Yeah.
Because he's a God that he can do above anything that we can even imagine if we're faithful. Right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And you have to speak those things to existence. So let me tell you something. Scratch that card because it's coming, but whenever it comes, then so more it be. But right now, I just
Mm-hmm.
want to say this because right now we're in inflation right now. When
Mm-hmm.
everything costs so much, groceries,
It's like,
whatever it costs so
yeah.
much. Sissy, we could have stopped and said, okay, dog, do you not? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Shoot, I ain't never put $80-something in my car.
Just filled mine up. Yes, ma'am.
You understand? So I began to complain.
Yeah.
And I heard the Holy Spirit says, why though?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you complaining?
Yeah.
Why are you complaining? So you know what I began to tell God? I said, God, as the prices go up, increase my finances.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the God that we serve, sissy.
Yes. Enlarge my territory.
Hallelujah. We shouldn't stay so stagnant or comfortable in where we're at.
Yeah.
So without taking the bad, looking at the bad and just focusing on that, God increase my finances. So I can be able to afford it.
Yeah.
So I could be able to go out and buy me some groceries, put gas in my car, even though I'm going nowhere. And that's another thing. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Why am I trying to even get a truck? And sissy, I barely got the dough.
Yeah. That's me. All I do is work and go.
You see, but you're on the outside. I barely leave the house. You see, and honestly speaking, that same car that Alan bought me, and that was back in 2016. Sissy, I don't even have 60,000 miles on that car.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. I'm talking about I want a truck. Really?
Yeah.
Like, really? Even when we spoke earlier about the never feel, the I call it the NFL tag. That's what I call it. I don't know about nobody else. I call it the NFL tag. And what he said is to be true. That bag is sitting up in my closet.
Yeah. That was like Denzel. We had a conversation. We were talking, then I overheard him tell one of his friends say, I still haven't blessed my parents the way that I want, the way that I want to. So I said to him, I said, not to intrude on what you were saying. I was like, you blessed me already. And I'm sure you blessed your dad already, because it's a blessing that we're still here to see you do what you wanted to do, make it to the next level, to play in the NFL. So that's a blessing for me.
You know what? It's good right there, sissy, because, and we're over time, but this is so good. That is good what you just said right there, because sissy, listen, a lot of parents, grandparents, or whoever raising a child put so much on the child or the children. And then when the kid don't make it, this is what make them lose their mind. That's why I'm glad that you and I, we have the same characteristics of letting our kids know exactly how we feel. You understand? We're never our kids can't never say we never told them how we feel and how proud of them we are. Reinforcement. That's why I dread the day that my kids get a girlfriend that talk down on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my presence, but okay, I'll be good. Yeah. But I just dread that day because I know we have to speak life into our men.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? They already have it hard already. But just to know that we give them that reinforcement, like, son, we're proud of you. I
Exactly.
told Alan at the U, I remember after the game when he came over and to me, I said, son, if you don't play another down of football, I still love you. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
love you. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And that's the thing. Love them, love on them, speak life into them, and reassure them. Parents
Mm-hmm.
out there listening.
Yep.
Because what happens if they have an injury and can't return back to football? Or
Mm-hmm.
better yet, what just happened if they just don't want to play anymore?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to stop loving them?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Or what happens if they don't make it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What happens? And I literally dealt with somebody like that, since he was so broken because he
Mm-hmm.
didn't make it to the level his mother thought that he should.
Mm-hmm.
Disowned him.
Then, just being honest, truth be told, she was trying to live her dreams through him, and it
That's it.
didn't happen.
That's
And
it.
you can't do that. You
Mm,
can't do that.
that's it right there. Listen, y'all, this was a great show. We may be bringing a part two back to this because I think our sissy said that she couldn't get on. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. But I'm gonna call her after the show, Sissy, and see what happened because she said it only allowed her to watch it. You know what? She probably clicked YouTube and not the
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
So I have to
Yeah.
call her after this. So, Sissy, if you had one thing to tell Denzel if he was listening, or your kids, because we have Darius coming up now and he's playing
Mm-hmm.
football. So, if you had something to tell them, what would it be?
I love you all. I love each and every one of you. Continue to pursue your goals, your dreams, and know that I'm always here to support you no matter what.
Love it. Yes. And to Alan and Daryl. I'm going to start with Daryl because he is the eldest. Daryl, I am so, so very proud of you. Daryl just started his new trucking company, y'all. Midnight Express Trucking. Boop, boop. Shouts out to you, son. And again, you may start out one place where you think you should be, and God may take you in a whole different direction because Daryl was an awesome quarterback. So, son, I'm so very proud of you. And to Alan, I am proud of you as well, and the man and the father you are. I can't tell you, Chase and Carter cannot ask for a better father. And again, thank you both for loving me unconditionally. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. So, Sissy, well, we can't leave the show without sending out some hugs and some virtual love. But listen, for you all that's dealing with this hurricane, I'm praying for y'all. Oh my God, that it just pass you guys on by. We haven't had a hurricane in how long, Sissy?
It's
This
been
is
a couple of years. Yeah, we always get the effects, the side effects from it, the wind and the rain, but nothing to hit.
right.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Thank
thing, but
God
we
for that.
pray that
Yeah.
going on. What's the name of it? We're gonna
I
call that
think
last name.
Ian.
And I,
Ian.
whoever you are.
Yeah. Uh,
We pray that you lose strength now in the
yes.
name of Jesus. Not just for our people, but for the people that's over in Cuba, wherever that's doing,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa or wherever it's headed. We're praying that they lose strength and die in the mighty name of Jesus. So, Sissy,
Amen.
let's go ahead and send the people out with some virtual hugs and some virtual love. Because, guys, we love, love, love you here at It Had to Happen. Bro, I cannot wait to have you and Bro on this show because I know they ready. They are not.
No.
at all. So if you guys can meet me back here tomorrow at 5:30 for an hour of power, and that's with the Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satara J from Get in the Game. And Wednesday, I think I got a little mixed up, but I have some treats on Wednesday and Thursday for you guys at 6 p.m. Until next time, God bless each and every one of you. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Erica's empowering empire. 88 blessings soar movement. It has happened in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It had to happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.